Hey guys, this is That Airsoft though, and today we're going to be talking about Tightbore barrels. Tightbore barrels are a necessity in Airsoft, and they improve your FPS, range, and accuracy. Now, here I have an Angel Custom 6.01 455mm Tightbore inner barrel. In this video I'm going to show you how to replace the barrel, how to disassemble your gun, and put a new barrel in there. And I'm also going to do a shooting comparison test between a typical stock barrel in a G&G gun and a 6.01 Tightbore barrel. Let's get right to the video. Okay, this is the disassembly part of the video. First step you're going to do to start is you're going to take out your mag. You don't want to have your mag in the gun because the hop-up unit is connected to the feeding tube. So you don't want that there. Second of all, take off any optics you might have on this part of the rail. Just go ahead and take those off there. You don't want them on there later on because they might get in the way. Last thing you want to take off the gun is the battery, so go ahead and just pop off your battery because you don't want to be taking apart your gun and accidentally have it fire or something. It's just a good habit whenever you're working on your gun to not have the battery in there so it cannot fire. So now the first step is you're going to take the Allen, well, you really need three things. You need an Allen key, you need a hammer, and you need your new inner barrel. The first step you're going to do is you're going to take the Allen key and you're going to put it on this pin right here, and you'll see right there, there's a pin. You're going to put the Allen key on that pin and lightly tap it out. So my gun is, I've done a lot of work on it, so it comes out easily. If you've never opened up your gun before, it might be kind of hard to do. So on G&G guns, it stops right here. It does not come all the way out. Do not try and force it all the way off. So just hold the upper and the lower receiver and very carefully slide these apart. You don't need your lower receiver anymore, so you can set that aside. So now all you have to do is you take your hop-up unit, and you're going to find that right there, and just slide it out and put that on the table. So you don't need your upper receiver any longer, so you can set that aside as well. So now you need to get your hop-up unit off the barrel, and to do that you need to take off this little clip right here, which is holding your hop-up unit onto your barrel. So to do that, you can just take your fingers and pry it off. You need to be careful because it is kind of spring-loaded and is somewhat hard to get off. You don't want to go fling it off and have to go searching for it because it's kind of like spring-loaded, and it will fly across the room if you're not careful. And if you have a clear hop-up unit, you don't want to look for that. So next piece is you're going to notice there's a little brass piece right here. You just want to slide that off your barrel and set that to the side also. So now you keep your hop-up unit upside down before you slide it off the barrel. You're going to very carefully, upside down, just very carefully take it off. Maybe. Okay, so just very carefully take it off, set your old barrel to the side. Now you have your hop-up unit, you can take the rubber out and set that right there. Keep your hop-up unit facing you, the feeding tube facing you. You do not want to turn this upside down. There's a very small piece in there that falls out easily, and it's held in by this green rubber, so you do not want to lose that piece. So now we're going to take my new barrel, take it out of here, and take the stoppers out. There we go. So this is my new Tightbore barrel, and on here you're going to notice on this end with the hole, on the other side there's a little groove on the top. You're going to take your green rubber, which you notice also has a little groove right there on the inside, and you're going to match up those two things and slide the rubber piece onto the barrel very carefully. You don't push it all the way on, you just kind of go till it stops. If you push it all the way on, your hop-up unit won't go on because this will kind of be bulging. You'll know if it doesn't work. Next, you're going to take your hop-up unit, still upside down, and carefully slide it back onto the new barrel. Now you can take the little brass piece, put it on the end of the barrel, slide it all the way to the end, and finally you can take the clip and match it up and press it down onto the barrel. It should clip in place like that, holding your hop-up unit in place. So now you have your barrel. You can go grab your upper receiver again, and you'll notice there's your hole to your outer barrel right there. Just take the barrel, insert it, slide it nicely in. Now you can grab your lower receiver, this one right here, and you match them up and slide them together carefully. On this side, I'm just going to push it in. You might need to hammer your pin in, but notice it won't go back together if your receivers aren't matched up perfectly, like as you can see right there. So if you have a blowback version of a G&G, this might be harder because the charging handle is attached to the gearbox, which will make it harder to slide your receivers back together. It just is a tighter fit. Be gentler with those. I have a standard G&G gearbox, so it's a little easier. So now you can reconnect everything to your gun, such as magazine. Put that on. Optic. I'm going to go ahead and screw this back on. And finally, your battery. Now I'm not going to plug it in because I'm not using it at this very second, but I'm going to put it all in there. Now you should have your gun with your new Tightbore barrel inside. Okay guys, this is the shooting part of the test. I'm shooting from about 50 feet and I'm using some sort of stand to keep the shot steady. This isn't really me trying to get as close to the center of the target. It's more a grouping test to see how close together the BBs are. It's kind of a controlled test. So I'm going to go back to the mark. Here we go. Okay, this is the second part of the shooting test using the Tightbore barrel this time. Same thing, everything is the same as last test, so let's get to it. That concludes the shooting test part of the video. So after the shooting test, we have two targets. Right here we have the stock barrel, and then right here we have the 6.01. So let's just look at them real quick. This is the stock barrel. I circled all of the shots that were kind of off to the side. Now there's a nice grouping right here, but there's a lot of shots that are kind of out there. Versus on this one, it is a very similar grouping, very nice grouping right here. But then you have this shot, and this shot, and this shot. Now there's only really 3 that are outside the grouping. versus on this one maybe 10 shots outside the grouping. That is one of the major distances, especially at close range between the barrels, is you will have less shots that don't follow the pattern. Some of that is the hop-up unit. The hop-up unit does have quite a big effect on how consistent the shot is going straight, but a lot of it is also the barrel. So that really concludes this video. I would say I like the fact that most of the shots are going in one place on the 6.01. So I'm going to go ahead and say the 6.01 is better. I guess it's up to you guys, but that concludes pretty much the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, please. And I'd also like to give shout outs to my M4 Airsoft and VS Guitars. Thank you to them for helping me on most of my videos. Great help. Thanks for watching, guys.